Hello everyone, welcome to today's live session. Let me start with a simple question for business owners watching this. Are you sure your business is handling VAT correctly? Because many Nigerian businesses collect VAT, value added tax, incorrectly, issue the wrong invoices, or fail to file return on time. And when the tax authority reviews their records, the penalties can accumulate quickly. Today, I'll explain value added tax (VAT) in Nigeria in simple business terms, including the current VAT rates, which businesses must charge VAT, how to issue a proper VAT invoice, and the penalties for getting it wrong. If you run a digital business, online store, a clinic, a school, farm operation, and a real estate company or professional service firm, this session will help you avoid expensive mistakes. What value added tax is in simple terms. First, let's clarify that value added tax actually is V for value, A for added, and T for tax. It is a consumption tax charged on goods and services. What this means in practice is that businesses collect VAT from customers and remit it to the government or to the Nigerian Revenue Service, which is the tax authority. So VAT is not your business income. Your business simply acts as a collection agent for the tax authority. For example, if you sell a service for 100,000 naira, you had VAT of 7.5%. That means the customer pays 100,000 naira plus 7,500 naira VAT, which equals to 107 naira 500. The 7,500 naira does not belong to your business. It must be remitted to the tax authority. The 7,500 must be remitted to the tax authority. The current VAT rate in Nigeria is 7.5%. This rate applies to most taxable goods and services provided by businesses. However, not everything is subject to value added tax. Some goods and services are exempt or zero-rated depending on government policy. However, with the new tax regime, most essential things has been exempted or zero-rated, like food items, educational materials, medical materials and medical drugs, and so many others like that are fundamental and basic for every for human being. But for most service businesses and commercial activities, value added tax at 7.5% applies. If you run a digital service business, an e-commerce store, a consulting firm, a clinic or diagnostic center, a training institute, a real estate service firm, there is high likelihood your services are VAT applicable. However, in this list, a clinic or diagnostic center are not likely to be VATable. and also a training institute. Who are the people that must charge VAT? Now let's answer the big question. Does every business need to charge VAT? Generally, businesses are expected to charge VAT if they are registered for value-added tax and provide taxable goods and services. But Nigerian tax regulation provides some relief for small businesses, especially those that are below the threshold of 100 million. Many micro businesses with very low turnover may not be required to charge VAT. However, once a business grows, begins issuing invoices or deals with corporate clients, VAT compliance becomes essential. For example, if you run an online store selling products nationwide, a digital marketing agency, a private hospital or diagnostic laboratory, a private school or training center, a property management company, your clients will often require VAT compliant invoices. And if you cannot issue them, you may lose business opportunities. How to issue a proper VAT invoice? A common mistake many businesses make is issuing invoices that do not clearly show VAT. A proper VAT invoice should include business name and address, tax identification number, invoice date and number, description of goods and services, amount before VAT, amount VAT charged, that is at 7.5%, and total amount payable. For example, service fee 100,000, VAT 7.5%, which is 7,500, total payable 107,500. Clear documentation like this protects your business during tax reviews. Let's talk about VAT filing and remittance. Another critical step is filing VAT returns. Collecting VAT alone is not enough. Businesses must also file VAT returns regularly on monthly basis and remit the VAT collected. Failure to file returns or remit VAT can trigger compliance actions from the tax authority. Even if your business had no VAT transactions in a particular month, you may still need to submit a nil return depending on your registration status. This is why maintaining proper bookkeeping and sales records is extremely important. Very, very important. Let's look at VAT penalties that businesses must avoid. Let's talk about penalties because this is where many businesses face serious problems. Common VAT violations include failing to register for VAT when required, failing to issue VAT invoices, collecting VAT but not remitting it, filing VAT returns late, under-reporting taxable transactions. These violations can lead to financial penalties, accumulated interest, tax assessments, and in serious cases, enforcement actions. For many small and medium enterprises, these issues arise simply because their records are not organized. Let's look at practical advice for business owners. Here are 3 simple steps to stay compliant. First, keep proper financial records. Second, separate VAT from your sales income immediately so it is not spent. Third, ensure your invoices and accounting system track VAT clearly. These 3 steps alone solve most problems that small and medium enterprises face. Well, if you want a simple VAT invoice template and VAT compliance checklist for Nigerian businesses, comment VAT guide, and of course we'll send it to you so you can structure your invoices and records properly. And if you need help setting up your bookkeeping and tax compliance system, our team in Taisha Associates can support you. Before I go, I would like you to share this video even to other business owners like you. I want you to like it, and of course I'll be waiting for you at the comment section for your questions, and I can assure you they will be answered. And if you are watching us on YouTube, please do not hesitate to subscribe to our channel, click the bell so that you can be aware of our next video. Thanks for joining the live session. See you in the next one. God bless.